consciousness and circulation fully revitalized and refreshed. And I am Saint Germain. I come to be with you at this time, in these continuing times of great change. Change that is happening all around you every moment of the day. There is no place on the planet now where change is not developing. For you are in the midst of that great changeover. True, it is difficult sometimes to see it with your physical eyes, but as you can move more fully out of the matrix, out of the third dimensional illusion, and see life for what it really is, the reality that is the life that you are creating. You are creating this. You, the collective you, all of those that are working together to bring mankind up into the higher realms of consciousness. You are the ones that are creating this new world, this new golden age of Gaia. What you are seeing now across the planet, with all the chaos and tumultuousness that is occurring, all that is the ending of the old ways, the ending of the matrix, the letting go once and for all of the old illusion, moving beyond it to create whatever it is that you want life to be, however you want your lives to continue on. You are the creator and created all at the same time. For you are the God source working through each and every one of you. The God source that is working to bring about this great changeover. To bring the solar flash from the heavens to the earth. That will once and for all move you out of the dark times and into the times of light, into the times of oneness and higher consciousness. The only thing that is stopping you at this time is you. You, again, the collective you. For if the collective you would all at once rise and say no more to those beings that have attempted to run the show for so long, you would all rise as one voice and say no more. Your world would instantaneously be changed. And those forces of darkness completely leave this realm. But alas, we know that you will not rise as one voice across the planet. So those of you that are that voice, rising up as one together, you, the light-working community, those of the star seeds, all of the volunteers, the alliance, working together as one, all of you rising together is enough to move the great changeover forward more rapidly. It is up to you, each and every one of you, to do your part, whatever that part may be, whether it is speaking to the masses or just finding the life source within you and showing that to the world. You do not have to be the one that speaks out. But if you have the opportunity, when you have the opportunity, speak out your truth. For it will not fall on deaf ears for those that are ready to hear it. And more and more and more are awakening to be ready to hear those words of truth. I am Saint Germain, and I leave you at this time that you would continue to move about your daily lives and daily activities, always remembering that you have the power within you to bring about great change to the world. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Greetings to you. One who serves here. Shoshana is here. And we are ready to receive your questions if you have them. We do not have direct message at this point for everything that is needed to be said has already been said in one way or another. It may seem to you like it is the same old each time you come together, and in some ways it is. But we are, as the James said earlier, monitoring the experience that you are having each and every one of these times you come together, and making sure that there is not too fast a change within your central nervous system. We are monitoring that. And we are also attempting to give you the advice or the guidance, a better word here, to continue to assist you along the way, along your path, along your journey. And as you know, we will never do it for you. It is your journey. It is your path. Just like everyone that you know in your relationships have their own journey and their own path. And it is not for you to interfere with their path, just like it is not for us to interfere with your path. We can only guide you when you are asking for it. And that is the same with all of your relationships. You can only guide them when they are asking for it. But we can tell you at this point that more and more are awakening and will be asking for that guidance. You will find that friends that you have, family members that you have, will begin to wonder about some of the things that you have been saying for many of you for years now. And they will begin to wonder and just within themselves say, is it possible that that one, that friend, that family member could be right? Is it possible? And when they start to ask that, that is a new beginning for them as they more fully become awakened. Because now they are going to begin to ask the question, who am I? What am I really doing here? What is this all about? Is this really an illusion, as we've been hearing? Is this the matrix? Etc., etc. It will continue on, and more will begin to ask those questions. And when they ask those questions, it is wide open at that point for you to come to assist them with the truth that you already know within you. Okay, we said we had no message, but I guess we lied here. We are ready now for your questions. Do you have them?
I have a question.
Yes.
Last Saturday, I was walking down the main aisle of Ace Hardware, just looking for an item that I needed for my house. And I was by myself, just walking. All of a sudden, I heard in the back of my head, I heard my first and my last name in another voice. And it was so clear that I actually stopped, turned around, looked for somebody that was actually talking to me. I didn't see anybody. And that's the first and last thing that the voice said. I'm just wondering if you could tell me who that was.
It's not so much who it was, but that it was, and that you were aware of it. And the idea that you are asking about this says that it has a meaning to you, that it has actually some reality to you. And we will say certainly there is a very strong reality, because that is your higher God self that is beginning to bring you into its understanding and to awaken you to the connection that you have with your higher God self. You will also find that your various guides will begin to work with you more easily if you become aware of them. So rather than to say who it is other than your higher God self, we will leave it at that for you. Shoshana, do you have anything to add?
We will add. May we add a perspective here, dear brother?
And all perspectives are welcome. Thank you.
Dear brother, did you answer?
Yes. Yes, please.
And what did you answer your voice in your head?
Oh, yeah. I didn't say it out loud, but I definitely asked who this was and didn't get any reply.
Next time, ask a different question. Rather than who is this, ask, what is it that I can serve? How can I serve you? What is it that I can add to you? What is it that I can do for you?
I actually thought of that, but then I also remember that I didn't know if this entity or whomever was of the light or not. And I didn't want to open up to somebody who's of the dark.
Dear brother, we will add here, if we may. You can ask that question, are you of the light? And if you get no response, then don't proceed. But you could ask that question as well. And they cannot lie, you see. Namaste.
We would add here that some time ago, we will not say how long ago, but there was a very similar thing with this one we speak through, James. And it was when he was still calling himself Jim and was not associated with the name fully of James yet. But very clearly he heard James. And that was an opening at that time. And we will leave it at that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Would there be other further questions here? No further questions. Then we will be making this a short time here together. So Shauna, would you have anything you would impart as a close?
Please simply say that ask your questions. Do not hesitate. As you ask your question, you are clearing up other challenges that others have, you see. So ask your questions. Have the courage to do so.
Very good. And we would say here to continue to be who you are. Be yourself in any given situation. Do not shy away from who you are, because there are going to be more and more of those opportunities for you as who you are to speak out about what you know. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.
Well, we did a really good job on this call because no one had questions.
Yeah, that was a first, only one question. Oh, well. Okay, any comments, sharing? Oh, before we do, though, I want to thank Linda for what she did with that. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
I really, myself, I was able to really get into it.
Feel it.
Yeah, feel it. Really appreciated that.
Thank you. I've been talking a lot to beloved Saint Germain and to beloved Archangel Michael. And as you were speaking today, about all these chakras, beloved Archangel Michael does indeed guard that fifth chakra. And he took his sword of blue flame and was just cutting away any hesitancy I had about speaking and opening up. And I was glad that I was able to bring that forth for the group. I've had that for quite some months, actually, and I was afraid to bring it forward, and I shouldn't have been afraid. So thank you, James and Joanna, and for everyone for listening. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Everything is divine timing, so it was perfect. Today was perfect, so thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Any other comments or sharing before we close out the call?
Yes, this is Val.
Go ahead.
Okay. Real quick, I just really want to thank James and Joanna for an absolutely beautiful, beautiful reading that I had this week. It touched on so many points and gave me so much clarity. And I especially have to thank Cheryl because thanks to her, I was able to have that reading because I won that. So, Cheryl, I love you dearly, dearly, dearly. And
Love you too.
James and Joanna, you're amazing.
Thank you.
Just amazing. No,
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
I love you. I've had a connection with you since I joined the group, and I sat next to you as much as I could every time I came, and I love you dearly.
I love you, dear sister.
Love you, love you. And I also have to thank Norma because as of this week, I'm living with her. And she called me, when I put out that call for help, and we're just getting along great, and it's such a beautiful home she has. So I am a grateful person.
That's wonderful, Val. That's wonderful. That's where your path led you, so that's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's so nice because we connect on so many ways.
Perfect.
Nice to come to a spiritual home such as this. So, thank you all, and love to my whole family.
Thank you, Val. Thank you for continuing to be a member through all of this. That's wonderful.
Yeah. And thanks for sharing that, Valerie. Anybody else? Comments or sharing?
Hi, it's Michelle. I want to thank Cheryl, too, because she inspired me to get a session, and it was wonderful, and I'm still digesting it and looking forward to listening to it again because I know I'll glean more information. The other thing I wanted to remind you of, Joanna, particularly perhaps, that Shoshana called the chakras history balls.
Call them what?
History balls.
History balls.
Well, yeah. Yeah, she's got her way. Thank you. I kind of remember that now. I remember that. And that was, I think, during an advance or something. I don't know. But yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was on a call. I haven't been to an event.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Anybody else? Comments or sharing? Nothing else? Okay, then Catherine, are you there and ready to close us out?
Yes, just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, the Tao Te Ching from Dr. Wayne Dyer, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. Living the Wisdom of the Tao. 42nd verse. Living by melting into harmony. So as usual, I'll read the first bits of the chapter. The beginning of this verse reiterates what Lao Tzu has been saying throughout the previous 41 sections of the Tao Te Ching. That is, the Tao is the hidden force that brings all of the creatures and substances that comprise the 10,000 things into being, as well as being the intangible that we think of as oneness or wholeness. All carry and embrace the opposites of yin and yang, or the feminine and the masculine principles. This verse reinforces the idea that blending the seemingly opposing forces is the way to achieve harmony. Xiao Lu reminds us of the things that we probably think cause suffering and suggest that we're being orphaned, going hungry, or feeling worthless, or high on the list. Yet when he says that achieving harmony in terms of the Tao involves gaining by losing, does he mean that you, when you lose your home, your mom and dad, your belongings, or your sense of self-esteem, you gain all that you need? What? How is that possible? Your infinite self your original self that originated in and is animated by the Tao needs nothing to sustain itself. Parents, possessions, self-worth are only necessary to the existence of your mortal self. Salu wants us to recognize this difference between the oneness that you are. He reaches that you gain, I'm a little lost here. He teaches that you gain awareness of your Tao nature through the loss of emphasis on physical conditions in your life. 42nd verse. The Tao gave birth to one. The one gave birth to two. The two gave birth to three. And three begat 10,000 things. The 10,000 things carry yin and yang. The 10,000 things carry yin and embrace yang. They achieve harmony by combining these forces. People suffer at the thought of being without parents, without food, or without worth. Yet this is the very way that kings and lords once described themselves. For one gains by losing and loses by gaining. What others taught, I teach. The violent not die a natural death. This is my fundamental teaching. And so it is. Living by melting into harmony.
Okay, thank you so much, Catherine, for that. And I highly recommend that people read the Tao Te Ching. It's on the internet. You can just type in Tao Te Ching and study it because it's amazing. Okay, everyone. Well, that concludes our Sunday call.
Hold on. Was I talking to you and did I drop out?
Huh?
When?
When?
Just now. I was on a whole big rigmarole about the Soul Star Chakra, and I noticed I was on hold. So I don't know if you guys heard any of that. I can hold it for the next time, but I'm just curious if you heard.
This call is being recorded.
Here now we focus our attention on the threefold flame within our heart. The golden flame in the center is our eternal connection to Source, activated with every heartbeat, and the golden thread that rises from it connects us to the central sun. See this golden flame grow and expand to encompass the entire physical form and all your higher mental bodies. The pink flame, which represents the feminine aspect, and the blue flame, which represents your masculine aspect, come together in perfect harmony and balance, coming together to create the violet flame. Picture the violet flame growing and expanding to encompass the entire physical form and all your higher mental bodies. As you picture this for yourself, know that you activate these energies within every human heart, rising up, raising up into perfect unity. Now visualize yourself holding your arms out to your sides. This is the diameter of your tube of light, a beautiful, seamless pillar of white light which keeps you protected and insulated from this moment on. Visualize beloved Saint Germain and the violet flame inside your tube of light. Feel the love, the power, the purity all around you. Breathe it in. Visualize the violet flame outside your tube of light for added protection. We now call upon beloved Archangel Michael and his sword of blue flame. This brilliant blue and powerful sword of truth. Feel how it fits your hand perfectly. Bring it to your heart chakra. Set your intention. Raise it up and swing it around your head and down around your entire body and 2 times under your feet. This allows for the pathways of the lower chakra to be opened up and all its energies to be released. Feel how the violet flame consumes and transmutes all these energies you have released. Feel the freedom you have achieved. We also ask the beloved Goddess of Purity to hold space in all these areas until our ascension process is complete. Now take a moment. Look down your tube of light. It is bottomless. It continues down into Gaia, inner earth, and connects you to the crystalline energetic structure of Mother Earth. Now look above you. See your tube of light. It is never-ending, reaching high into the heavens and connects you to the galactic central sun. And now we say, Thank you, beloved mighty I Am presence, for this tube of light, which keeps me invisible, invincible, and invulnerable to all negative creation, and keeps me free, now and forevermore, until I am sealed in the eternal freedom of my ascension. For the light of God never fails, and I am that light. And we thank thee. It is done.
Now remaining in your tube of protective white light, and also within the violet flame that you have created with your imagination, with your visualization. Focus now on the expanding of that violet flame, expanding out all around your body, filling your body, and expanding and purging out any of the old programming that is associated with your chakra centers. And as you do that now, focus on those chakra centers, the 9 chakras that have become activated and reactivated within all of you that are on this call. And focus on each and every chakra center moving up the spinal cord and in perfect alignment along that spinal cord. Starting from the Earth Star chakra just below your feet, and that connection to the earth, that connection to Mother Earth, to Gaia. And let yourself focus on that chakra as that connection, as you visualize that center as a beautiful, deep, dark brown color, earth brown color. You may not think brown can be a beautiful color, but it can be. It can be because it is the earth color. And now moving up to your root chakra, pure ruby red. See it as that beautiful red glow at that base of the spine. And the energies freely flowing from the Earth Star chakra now to the root chakra. Just feel the energy moving up. Now move up to the next one, what has been called the sacral chakra. See that as a beautiful orange color, pristine orange. And the energy is moving up into that center. And then moving to the solar plexus area, beautiful yellow sun. Then to the heart center, deep blue-green. Blue-green as the color of the forest, color of much of the earth colors. And moving up your high heart center, beautiful magenta. Then to the throat area, sky blue. Just picture a beautiful, bright blue sky. The kind of sky when you look out, you walk out from your homes and you look up and you see that beautiful sky. Clear, crystal clear. And moving up to the third eye center in the middle of the forehead. Purple or indigo. visualizing a beautiful night sky. Moving up to the crown chakra, gold or violet or silver. Now all of those chakra centers, see them, visualize them at their highest intensity of each color, and know that as you raise the intensity of each color, you are raising the vibration within each of those centers. And as you raise the vibration in each of those centers, you are raising the vibration of your entire astral and etheric body, as well as associated with your physical body. All working together, all bringing energy into the central nervous system. And the central nervous system beginning more and more to acclimate to these higher energies. Because as the energies have been coming in from outside of the earth, from the great central sun of the universe, your central nervous system has been able to withstand more and more of those energies coming in. So focus now on the rising of the energies within you, not the Kundalini energy directly, but the raising of the vibration of your entire etheric body. Just feel it vibrating now within you, your etheric body vibrating, your astral body as well. Your astral body being your emotional body. You may even feel some emotion from this. Certainly, perhaps a sense of bliss come over you for just a moment. Feel the vibration. Feel your violet flame expanding and growing. And purging out now all of the old programming, the old matrix programming, the third dimensional illusion. Even see that third dimensional illusion as a veil just dropping away. See it just falling. And when it falls, you now see beyond the veil. You now see what has been unseen by your physical eyes up to this point. But your physical eyes are beginning now more and more to work with your third eye and all of the chakra centers working together. And allow all of the chakra centers now to form together as one. To see them all moving together as one into that soul star chakra. And the soul star chakra now brightly shining, sending white light in all directions. As you begin to move up in your soul star chakra, in your light body or your Merkaba light vehicle, you as your conscious knowing self moving into that, feel yourself now rising up in that soul star chakra, in your light body. Perhaps as a ball of light, moving up, leaving your physical body behind. But your physical body is completely surrounded by the violet flame. And the violet flame is expanding, growing now, expanding out past your body, past the building, wherever you might be, or the environment you are in, expanding and growing. And you continuing to move up and watching this expansion as you move up in your light body. Move all the way up till you pass the Earth's atmosphere. Become aware of the heavenly bodies of the solar system, all of the planets of the solar system, all of the ships that are out here. And the energies and the consciousness that is at this higher level. And looking down and seeing the violet flame continuing to expand, grow, past whatever town or village or city you might be living in, engulfing that entire city, engulfing a state or a country, expanding out across the oceans to all of the other countries across the world. And you looking down and see the entire earth now surrounded by this violet flame. Violet flame that you are the catalyst for. See the connection now that you and your light body and the violet flame surrounding the planet and the connection to the great crystalline grid across the planet. Christ consciousness grid, if you will. And connecting all of the great sacred places across the planet. Bringing everything back to light connection. The dark, wherever there were dark connections, those turning to light. To the ancient churches, ancient buildings, valleys, mountains, wherever those connections were that were of the dark, are now replaced by the light. And light filaments connecting all across the planet at this grid level. This grid level that is just slightly higher than the surface of the planet. Connecting all of the great sacred places, great energy vortexes. And yes, connecting to the ley lines as well across the planet, around the planet. Know that you are that connection point to this grid, to this Christ consciousness grid, and to bringing the Christ consciousness back into the planet. The Christ consciousness with the light of truth, the light of love, all coming back and connecting. And see people everywhere connecting to each other, not separating, but connecting. One to the other, to the next, until you see connecting hands across the planet, holding hands, hands across the world. Feel that connection. Feel that oneness, that love that is spreading. Well, as higher consciousness spreading across the planet. Now let yourselves begin to find your way back to your physical form. Come back in your light